All right, let's see what we got today. Today I see CANF is up, CANF. Go over here and check it out. So CANF is up 131% with 13 million shares traded. Behind it we have looks like one of the Asian Chinese stocks is JZXN. Then we have the oil energy stocks below that, DLXY and BATL. Now BATL went up to 30 something dollars and now it is back under 20. So made money on that, and it just really didn't seem like something that was gonna hold up because it wasn't actually on the company news, it was on sentimental news. So definitely was super careful with that. But yeah, let's check out CANF. CANF and see what they're talking about. All right, so here's CANF's pre-market. Came down from, or was at $4.70. Took a nice move up to 13.84. So that is quite a bit of a move. Let's check what the ATR is. So the ATR, normal ATR is 36 cents. How much more did it move than 36 cents? So let's see, 475 all the way up. Let's do some calculations. See how big this move has already been. So 475, 1384. The top, we'll subtract that. 475. That's about a $9 move. $9 move and 9.09, and we will divide that by the ATR, 36 cents. So 25x the normal ATR was what was done today. Let's see what the catalyst is on this. So it says, and I'm reading off of TOS's news. It says can fight net. Let me spread this out just a little bit. Okay, can fights nanodenosin successfully meets primary endpoint in phase 2A pancreatic cancer study. Can-Fight Biopharma's phase 2A open label study for advanced pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma met its primary endpoint. So it met some endpoints in its 2A. I just saw something else pop up here. Oh, that's a cheap one. AIFF. Don't really know what that's up for. Let's see. AIFF. Do you have any news? So it says Firefly progresses toward development and commercial launch of its foundational model of the human brain powered NVIDIA GPU. Or let's speak GPU acceleration. Okay, so they're working with brains and GPUs. Interesting. Just crossed over $1.05. It's up 50% right now. So AIFF is another mover. Its ATR normally is 5 cents. So it closed yesterday at 68 cents and went up here, and we don't know what the high is for this one. It just got going. So AIFF could be one to watch. With 5 million shares trading, it is catching up quite quickly with everything else on the charts. So we'll see what happens there. Let's look at the daily chart while we got time on AIFF. On the daily chart, we have, let me back this up a little bit. Oh, it looks like it's, I don't know if it's done reverse splits or what, but yeah. We'll check how many reverse splits it's done, but it was at 68 cents and now it's at $1.04. So not sure, it wasn't a pretty nice downtrend. But definitely making its way up right now to 113s, 115. So we got our two mains that look like are being attention is being paid to, which is AIFF and CANF. AIFF is all 3 million shares away from 10 million. We'll see if we can walk everything down here and become something even greater than AA or CANF. Got up there to the 115, throwing some motion back downwards. The ATR high is right here at 75 cents. So it needs to stay above this to stay pretty abnormal. But going back under $1 right now. 8 million shares traded into this dip here. Not sure how far it's going to dip. Also, is AIFF, what kind of stock is this? Let me see. AIFF. Firefly Neurosciences. All right. Okay, so this is out of the United States. This is software application and technology. Or so sector is technology, industry is software application. Has 13 full-time employees. Founded in 2006 and is based in Kenmore, New York. Firefly Neurosciences Inc. and medical technology, a medical technology and artificial intelligence company provides neuroscientific solutions that improve brain health outcomes for patients with mental illnesses and neurological disorders. The company offers brain network analytics, a software that focuses on diagnostics and treatment of people suffering from mental illnesses and cognitive disorders, including depression, dementia, anxiety disorders, concussions, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It serves pharmaceutical companies and medical practitioners. Firefly Neuroscience Inc. was founded in 2006. Let's see who's holding this. Vanguard got them a nice little 500K in there. BlackRock is also in there as a player. UBS is a bigger name as well, but not holding as much as Vanguard or BlackRock. Let's look at what kind of mutual funds they're in. Vanguard index funds, Fidelity, iShares, Fidelity, and then EQ Advisors. Okay, so they definitely have some bigger names in their holdings. So we'll see how active that gets today. Let's go to the statistics. Look at the float. All of that good news. All right, so on the statistics, we have a float of 11.84 million. Insiders are holding 25.61%. So they're holding more than Vanguard and those institutions, right? Big institutions only have 6% of this. Okay. The other one that we saw was CANF. So let's go check that one out real quick. Both of these are along the lines of healthcare, biotech, healthcare-ish slash. That made no sense in my head. It just came out as words. Okay, so CanFight is Israeli. Okay. CanFight is Israeli. That's gonna be a red flag right there. We already know they're currently at war. 5 employees here. So let's go ahead and mark this as Israeli. And it's biotech, but yeah, it being Israeli is going to put a big red flag on it. That's really all I need to see there. All right, so we're gonna see how AIFF performs, but it's the only other mover and it's a cheap one. It's really struggling to hold over that $1. Hit a high of 115. So I'm looking for CanF to fail and AIFF to become the one on the day. High of 115, and it has some room down here to the 75s, and this is the normal level of trading down here in between the ATRs. So from 75 cents down here to 62 cents will be normal. We don't want to see normal though. We want to see abnormal. quite a steep sell-off, so we're going to have to see what kind of trends set up here. We have no real trends. It's just kind of in the middle of this big range. Back to this 90 cents level. Up 31% now. Has 6 million shares to catch up with KNF. In volume. KNF continue to sell off. AIFF also quite a bit of sellout, back to 20%. 15 million shares on it here in pre-market. Definitely not meeting my criteria. Big downwards move. It came up to $1 once today, though. It could repeat that pattern at some point later on in the day. Got to be patient. KNF hit a top here of 1384. Let's go ahead and mark this up. So we have a little bit of a downtrend from this level here. We'll see how this holds. Activate. Nice, Hebrew. You got in on it. During the open, I don't know what it is about Chinese and Israeli stocks. They are different. They have really crazy moves during pre-market, but the open is where they end up taking souls. Now, it did have catalysts. KNF definitely had catalysts with the 2A or the phase 2 endpoints met. And we'll see how it holds up. And it could actually be the one on the day, but I'm just not sure. I've lost a lot of money on Israeli and Chinese stocks for sure. Even when they go up, I don't know. I'm just better off just being like, you know what? I know statistically if I trade this, because I'm trying to trade during intraday. If I trade this during my time frame, the chances that I lose money is so high, like astronomically high. We got a slight trend inside of the trend. We'll see how it works its way through this. But the overall trend is all the way out here to the 10, so we'll see. Let me jump back over to AIFF. Looks like it almost caught up with KNF, but it was lacking 3 million shares. So KNF is still the biggest bullish mover right now. We'll see if it can break through this and disqualify this downtrend. Coming up to that, see if it starts to respect this or if it wants to break through. And really all I'm doing with these trends is just getting an idea. It's not any kind of concrete thing. It's just a visual idea to remember what I was thinking about at this time. BSIG just popped up. Just hit 1 million shares. BCIG. This one right here, it's 1151. BSIG, BCIG. This one is actually meeting my criteria. Let's see what the news is on it. So it says it launches Malaysia. Oh, this is a Malaysian company. Okay, so The Asian, Malaysian, launches Malaysia's first NVIDIA-powered AI GPU computing center. Debuts IntelliX Enterprise LLM. Platform. Okay, that's Malaysian stock. It may actually even be blocked. Let me see if it's blocked real quick. So if I try to buy the bid, yep, blocked. So VCIG is blocked for TOS. So we got three standout movers today. We have CANF, we have AIFF, and we have VCIG. VCIG being blocked on I'm pretty sure they're not gonna block the Israeli stock. Let me try to buy this one. Yeah, they're not blocking Israeli stocks. Okay, so CANF is tradable and AIFF. Let me see about this one. Yes, this is American, so it should be tradable. Yeah. Okay. Studio. Look at my AIFF. Continue looking at CANF work. Since CANF is the biggest mover, that's the one we'll keep our eyes on for now, unless AIFF gets more volume than it. And then VCIG has a whole lot of work to do. It's only up 40% with just around 1 million shares traded, so it has a lot of work to do to catch up. Let's see. Filters. Let's see. Display. VCIG up 71%. I just want to see it with more volume, to be honest. Even though it's blocked on TOS, it may become the number one. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with that. Why am I? Wow, VCIG up to almost 100%, 91%. Let's flip over here real quick. So we will lock that in place. Go back to the regular. All right, let's go look at VCIG. It should be popping up here soon, actually. It's well over 75 cents. It's almost 3 million shares traded, but it is blocked on TOS. It is a Malaysian stock. They're working with they're opening, or they already opened, a GPU center in I guess in Malaysia or somewhere like that. Hit a high of 16 1611. The ATR high here is 1150. What is ATR? 97. Wait, no. Whoa, that's a big ATR. $3.39. Is that? It must have did a reverse split. This one must have had a recent reverse split. Because $3.39 is crazy. Yeah, it did a reverse split. Okay. $3.39 for this price is insane. Usually you see those when they get up to the $20, $30 level where they moving $3 easily per day. What's up, Rex Khan? Let's see what he's got. Rex Khan says, I was watching KNF this morning on volume spikes. Did not trade it, but it was interesting to watch. Yeah, super. Yeah. And that's the thing we want to do is identify what it is that people are watching. What TV channels today are people watching? And is that channel worth me participating in? It's almost like they have, the number on the screen, say, call this number if you want this product. And it's like, do I dial this number or no? Based on my criteria, based on the things that have won for me before, is this channel going to be something that's going to destroy me based on my statistics? All right, VCIG. We'll see if it starts to try to do any type of trend, but low of this was 774 and looks like it just popped up out of nowhere. Right, so CanNev trying to see if it can hold and maybe get through this overall downtrend here out here to back over the 11s, but not sure if it can. VSIG back at 1350. So that's a $3 move back down, almost a $3 move back down. AIFF heading back towards a dollar, came down to the lows of 81 cents. So it is still abnormal above this 75 cents ATR. Coming back right up towards a dollar. And it's about to pass CanF in volume as well. CanF has 22 million, AIFF has 20 million. If AIFF passes CanF, it's CanF is a no-go. Because AIFF is 98 cents. Why would people rather trade AIFF than CanF? Well, maybe because they've got burned on some Israeli stocks as well too. Okay, VCIG got a little bit lower high. We'll see how this candle closes here at the 1550s, or does it want to go ahead and break? $3 million shares traded for VCIG now. Okay, AIFF about to pass CanF in volume. This is what I'm looking at over here. I just don't like when things that seem like they should be more value, like CanF, it gets overrun in volume like this. AIFF about to pass it up, and here's VCIG way down here. So it has a couple of things above it, but it is moving up the map. VCIG, small little pop out, but then right back into the range. AIFF, 300,000 shares to go to pass CANF. Right under that dollar, it seems to be the struggle point for AIFF. And about 100,000 shares to go for it to pass CANF here. You can see that right here. My scans, there it is, passing it. So CANF right now is a no-go. It should not be getting passed up by something that's a dollar. And then we have VCIG all the way down here. So until AIFF fails, I'm just going to say, hey, it's probably going to be the one to watch. Probably going to be the one to watch for a while. Okay, so AIFF turning around at that dollar. VSIG continues to throw wicks out here, but it's a Malaysian stock. So it's VSIG and CANF are in the range of the things that I really do not do well in, which is Israeli stocks and the Asian stocks, whether it's Malaysian, whether it's Taiwan, whatever it is, those Asian stocks really treat me bad a lot of times. Other thing is, let's go check the if any of these have shelf registrations. So let's start with our main mover, AIFF. See if it has shelf registrations over here. It has a shelf registration from December 25th on AIFF, Firefly Neurosciences or Neuroscience. Then we have, let's go to the next one, CANF. CANF, no shelf registration, but it's Israeli. VCIG. Shelf registration from the end of last year as well. So two of these have shelf registration. Let me put this out here so I don't forget. So this one, VCIG, has a shelf registration from September of last year. September shelf. September 2025 shelf on VSIG. And then we got, what was that other one that had it? Was it CANF? Nope, it was the other one. AIFF. At December 2025 on AIFF. Alright, so got that marked up. And it is teetering on the $1 right now. With 24 million shares traded, it kind of ran off from CANF. And CANF looking like it's trying to get back under this previous inside down trend. So that's a little bit of weakness if it falls under there. Previous bottom that was tested was 961. So I'm guessing a fall through 950 isn't going to be looking too pretty for it. Okay, and then VSIG, we don't really have a trend that isn't super steep. And this is on the 1 minute, so maybe it's a more clear trend on the higher time frame. Let me see on the 5. Not really. Nope. This is the 5 minute. So, I mean, all we see is wicks over the top. So some type of selling is going on, but it hasn't had one sell-off candle on the 5 minute. Let's look at the 15 minute. Same thing over here, just some selling, but no red candles as of yet. AIFF pushing back up there. So previous high was 115. Like I said, this one, I mean, it looks like it's going to be the one that's going to be leading the day. It's almost 30 million shares left KNF in the dust by 4 million shares. So I'll definitely not be looking away from this one too much because people are really focused over here. And the other ones that were up above it, Mobix, that's got 100 million shares right now, just isn't exciting enough. And then T-Pet is also was above it with 37 million, but just isn't exciting enough. Those were yesterday's, and now today AIFF is putting on a show here. Only problem is you got to decide which one you're gonna be: somebody with a clown nose on or a wizard hat. NF hasn't failed out of this yet. Point of control is at 1070, right around 1075 right now. Majority of shares traded. Sig coming on down. Sitting right on that $10 mark for KNF. KNF fastly approaching the 30 million mark. Had a previous low down here of 81 and a little bit lower high right here. So let's go ahead and draw this trend in. Even though it's super steep, we'll see if it continues to hold it right there. See where it wants to go. But it is definitely still abnormal outside of this 75-cent range. KNF breaking down to $10. And that low we were looking at back here was right above 950, but we'll see how that plays out. VSIG has run all the way up here to be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the day, with 5 million shares traded, and all three of them are coming down right now. So who shall hold up? Mm-mm-mm. 30 million shares crossed for AIFF. It only needs 8 million more shares to pass TPET. Oh, wrong one. Right here. So AIFF, these are the top three right now. 100 million up here on Mobix. TPET, 38 million. AIFF looking to take that lead from it. CAN-F in the struggle bus, and then VSIG. I don't even know if it's going to be able to jump over these other ones, to be honest. Oh, AIFF took a little explosion there. So kind of came up and hit this trend that we had just put in. We'll see how it holds, if it can hold above that. Hit a high of 117 there. 31 million shares traded. And we'll see if we can find any other trends. We'll see how this closes. Okay, close right there. Little touchdown on that trend there. Let's see if they'll buy it up through the 117s. Little test through there, but I mean, from where it came from, 104, yeah. About to say that's seems like it still got a lot of gas in it. So 119, a 2-cent breakout. $0.03 breakout. And then we got this trend down here. We're looking to see if we can see another trend somewhere. 121, 123s, 125s, and then a double top, quick double top at that 126. So let's see how it holds over this previous trend here. A lot of times with cheaper stocks, they don't hold as well. They kind of have wider ranges because people don't trust them like that. You get a little bit more selling or a little bit more buying than usual on those pop outs. We'll see where this one wants to go. It's up 75% right now. 35 million, so it's about to pass TPET. Pass TPET up real quick. And VSIG is pretty much out of the picture. It hasn't even reached 10 million shares traded on the day yet. So, I mean, AIFF and CAN-F almost 3x its volume right now. Okay, back to the trend right there, that previous trend, secondary test. Probably some kind of limit orders there for that little quick pop and sell. But with a test that fast here, yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna come on back down through this. Let's see what it does. It's a very fast movement towards that level. There it is, coming back into that trend. Almost 38 million shares traded on it. Let's look over here. So about to pass TPET here. And then the last one that's up here is Mobix, but Mobix is only up 7%. So it's not a big mover anyway. VSIG is moving demonically over here up to the 17s. So it's making new highs, and this one is blocked Malaysian stock on TOS. Moved from down here at 8s all the way up to the 17s. Only 5 million shares traded on it. And looks like it wants to go through 20, up 139%. With the shelf registration from last year on 2025. Wow. Yeah, it might actually hit $20. It definitely hit $20. Okay. So high of 21. Straight to the moon, 154%. If we look at the daily chart over here, we can see where it is now. It's right around this level. So it had a nice little sell off down here to $8, and it's right around this little tip point of the 19 whatever, right? So right around this little crease here, tipping point. Pre-market is something serious today. Not great for intraday traders for sure. So both VSIG and CanF just following that other trend down as more attention goes to VSIG and AIFF. Good morning, Donnell. We were looking through the top movers today: AIFF, CANF, and VSIG. VSIG is um, blocked on TOS, and CanF is Israeli, and AIFF. You can trade it, but it does have a shelf registration from December 25 of last year. We had seen this earlier trend that it kind of popped out of but was not able to hold, and we're looking for more trends to form there. And VSIG, let's see, it's not started to go down just yet. Okay, a little bit lower high there. Let's see how this candle closes. Can it stay under the 2080? So we can start to see some type of trend here. Okay, so it closed there. Let's go ahead and mark this up and see if this trend ends up holding here. AIFF also showing some downtrend, but it's a little too steep for me to put a trend in here this steep. But it is holding over that previous or under that previous trend, right over the dollar. CanF continue to try to hold out of this downtrend, but definitely losing eyes to VSIG. And if VSIG has 7 million shares traded and CanF has 24 million, why is VSIG seeming to be outperforming? Just seems kind of odd. But at least we have some ideas of trends. We have a little more insight on the day. I'm not sure what I wanna believe in today. But definitely I'm not believing in any Asian or Israeli stocks, especially because Israel is in the middle of a war. and F continue to sink down. Let's see if it continues to break lows. So a $9 breakdown will continue to follow this trend down here. Small little $9 break there. It's gonna take a pretty big push to get it all the way under this trend though. TPET, AIFF. All right, well, that is it for me today. I've seen the 3 stocks that are taking all the attention. I don't like any of them. So we'll just have to see how the day goes. VSIG, AIFF, and CANF. But I'm about to get ready for my morning meeting. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. I know these streams are short, but I got other stuff to do. I really just don't like burning time on these. VSIG just popped back up through this trend that we put in. So it's still just being a wild Asian stock. So it is what it is. When it opens, hopefully, I think the open's gonna be pretty grimy today, based on what we've seen during pre-market. But just be careful. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.